In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall, the Director's Cut, Part 2. Last we left off, well, we started up the game, made our character here, our Decker here, and, well, the first run to the Hartfield Manor did not go, we thought was going to be a milk run. It was not. Well, our team leader Monica Schaefer is dead, not to mention the fact that we found out it's more than just a manor. Well, coming back here with Paul Amsel, our fixer over here, we found out that something's up. Someone named Green Winters was the one who gave us this contract. We thought it was going to be a milk run, but it turns out it was a lot worse. Not to mention, it involves a supposedly dead great dragon known as Firewing or Fiercewing. I have no idea why, and I'm a little bit terrified. So let's go. Let's just talk to everyone first. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman that you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Shift, welcome. I got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. To Monica. Prost! The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. Does it really taste like that? I need to ask. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull of the bottle and locks eyes with you. But let me ask you a question, Shift. Why did you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from the Rhine rural megaplex. It sounds like you've been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. A run went bad and my team paid the price. Dietrich raises an eyebrow. Went bad, huh? Like the run we just came back from went bad? More or less. Well, that's rough, friend. How'd the rest of your team take it? Morale was shot. They decided to split and go their own ways. So you decided, what, to cut your losses and run? There was a bit more to it than that, but yeah. So you came back to Berlin and a Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about those deep things. Why do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. Dietrich shrugs. I don't know. I guess I just want to get to know her better. There are some areas of her life that have always been a mystery. And if you could shed any light on that, might be appreciated. I can respect that. But I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did always have a mysterious way about her. So what was the deal between you two? Leave me in suspense. We were friends. Very close. Dietrich nods. Figured as much. Not from anything you or Monica said, I just had a suspicion. Well, anyway, good on you both. Dietrich raises his bottle to you in salute. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope that your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We missed you, girl. So yeah, if you guys were wondering, for some weird reason yesterday, I did stream this entire part. There's just a problem. Something happened with the video. Like, I don't know what happened, Because for some weird reason, it only I apologize. Literally something happened yesterday, and literally the video, like, it was only 30 seconds when it was supposed to be an hour. I think it might be YouTube's end. So I had to I'm redoing this entire part again. Iger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader. We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this shift. One of these days, we're gonna hash this out. You can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends, but it won't be today. Fair enough, but before I go, I have something else to say. Spit it out then, let's hear it. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that shift. Now please, leave me alone. Not just yet. You still owe me an apology. You had no right to call me out like that in front of the team. She replies through clenched teeth. You want to step away from me, Shift, right now. Yeah, probably a good idea. Glory! Glory is beautiful, in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find... Okay. Yeah, why'd you buy them so big? Sorry about that. But there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory's rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from the head to toe. She looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as these are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, and practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Shift. Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cold and placid as always. Can I help you? How you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now it doesn't. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, take jobs, get paid. I got a question for you, Glory, of a personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport, personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing this conversation. Sure, I understand, but I still need to talk to you. Glory lets out a weary sigh. Ask your questions, but do it quickly. I have things to do. You can't have started running the shadows much more than 5 years ago, tops. So what's with the vintage chrome? It was cheap. It gets the job done. She shrugs. End the discussion. I don't think so. I've known a lot of street Sams in my time, but I've never met anyone who'd voluntarily install cyberware that old. You're right. There's more to it than I'm letting on, but I'm not interested in talking about it. I can't help but notice, but you seem guarded, withdrawn. That's my problem, and none of your concern. If whatever happened to you has impaired your ability to trust me, then it is my concern. Come on, Glory, talk to me. Trust is earned, and I don't know you yet. Maybe later, when we get to know one another better, we can talk. For now, I prefer if you dropped it. That's all I need to know. Fine with me. Anything else that you need? I'll talk to you later. She shrugs. See yourself. Glory is somehow one of the most popular characters in this entire series. I never know why. As you start toward the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps. An enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Diedrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amstel's eyes well up. He inhales, but he can't quite catch his breath. He started whipping about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept... He closed his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Let's scratch his head behind his ears. Dante leads into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. Ah, dang it! Sorry, that was supposed to be from Dietrich. Amstel takes a ragged breath and releases it, and a slow, melancholy smile plays along his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Val 2, mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us look at Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now I think we should all take a moment. He licks his lips tighten. For Monica. And check it out! We got Dante following us now. I cannot be a bad boy to him. And here we are. The Kreuzbasar. Our home. Mylit Hole. The dwarfish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare of a dozen tridge screens. She speaks in a chipped, heavily accented German. Don't expect me to speak in German, I'm sorry. I can't do it. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? Need some tech and I'm on a tight schedule. Show me what you got. Let's grab this. Now, let's pop this out. Now we got a nice upgraded now we got a nice upgraded work. And let's sell this for a bit of extra cash. Now we need to go and find Autu. Here we are. So yeah, I don't know what the heck happened yesterday. I streamed an hour and yet for some reason it's not work. It didn't want to work. Okay. The man behind the counter looks right past you and the dog following close behind. Dante! I will fetch his water dish. And perhaps a coffee for our friend here? Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Perhaps, please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to the future, I'm always happy to provide. Paul is always pleased to send business to your way, Herr Barakazi. He was hoping you could discuss some of the details of his Green Winters order with me. The coffee shop owner offers you a smile. Of course, Herr Amsel is too kind. Barakazi turns his head and calls into the back room. Kami, come! The young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to be heard over the noise of the coffee grinders. Barakazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, Uncle, I'll see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came out from. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask. But it would be most appreciative of your help. What is this trifle? Altu's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worth a few. I installed a number of data taps to the Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Kreuzbasar. In order to maintain their... how do I say it? Their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset. Simple enough. Yes, it is a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back here when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows pointing atop it. By the time you return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. And Jan Goldschmidt. Hello, my friend! The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for a soy cap, yes? Yes, it certainly is a beaut. From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes the soy cap out of that bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeep's insults to be hilarious. Oh, too, my friend, you are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep clasps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist you with the task. A block, you'll be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can John Goldschmidt do for you? Something bad is gonna happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. Oh, do not mind our dear Altu. Yes, he is a peevish man, but his ire was not directed at you. Goldschmidt grins up at you from his overstuffed chair. I have the distinction of being the sole target of Altu's reigns and derision. It is a badge that I wear with delight. What do you put up with the insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear Altu, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his soy cap cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I have been your customer, yes, Altu. 2 years of soy cap and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altu makes money. An ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, John. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. Alright, there's the first data tab. Okay, they really have to fix something about this game, because literally there are songs clipping into each other. A pair of round eyes peers up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Kreuzbasar street kids. If you had to guess, you place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've been seeing him following Monica around between runs, chasing her like her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, holy shift. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? It was quick. She went peacefully. That's the most that any of us can hope for. Yeah. Look, I think I want to be alone right now. Talismongers. Oh, it's Algernon! You can see it like right there. Absinthe. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can tell that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Hello, and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something? As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours. A curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Asinine, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. If we had willpower, we could look away, but sadly we don't. The golden specks in the elf's eyes shift and swirl, slowly picking up speed. It's mesmerizing. All at once, the specks explodes into light and color. Absinine's eyes now fill your field of vision, and it feels as if you're drowning in an alien sea. The patterns traced by the shivering specks in her eyes are kaleidoscopic, enchanting, alien. You struggle your way back into consciousness. Shop's owner, Algernon, is peering down at you, an expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Welcome back, friend. Oh, it is Algernon! Algernon extends a hand to help you to your feet. Abstinence shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What? What happened? What was that? My fault, and my apologies. Sometimes, when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional. But yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No harm done. If you excuse me, I'm going to go stand in the corner for a while. Algernon! If you remember him from Shadowrun Returns... Son of a... not again. Literally, the internet actually crapped out earlier. Well, that was because the power that was in the circuit crapped out. Long story on that. Greetings, young man. The elf's voice is smooth as silk and rich as Clyde cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Now tell me, how may I serve you? I have a question for you if you don't mind. You are in luck. I have a great many answers. What kind of magic do you practice? Shamanic? Hermetic? Personally, the true kind. But I sell goods tailored to all traditions. In my shop, we do not discriminate. Now, is there anything else you need to know? What's your story? Have you been in the Kreuzbasar long? I have many stories. Stories of dancing spirits and raging dragons, of unchecked magic and swarming chaos. All of these stories are true. As for the Kreuzbasar, I have always been here, proudly peddling my wares. It is a simple life, but a good one. What's to do with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Abstinence is my friend, nothing more. She helps around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master. But her eyes? He pauses for a moment, considering. I believe that they suit her personality. Now, is there anything else you need to know? Can I see what you're selling? Yeah, this guy is basically, your mage dude. He's basically the same as he was in the first game. But yeah, the internet I kinda accidentally, had the microwave on while also, oh, we can also go that way too. Basically, I kind of messed up. I was heating up some food, and I was kind of also looking into... well, actually, I was eating some food. We had the heater on, and it kind of destroyed... Not destroyed the... it shut off the electric. Also, our internet. The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure. An enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. The back style. You here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Macbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right, I don't want it. I got cash and I need weapons. Show me what you got. You're a weapon vendor. Your requires proper race. I don't know what this proper race thing is. I think it might be a glitch. But yeah, this is basically your ammo outfitter. Lane. Before you stands a troll. There is a stretch to say he's standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. Haven't been here long. Due to the Kreuzbasar then. Her bonk had some fresh meat in her stable. I'm Shift, by the way. Good to meet you, Shift. My name's Alexi Lane. What's your place in the Kreuzbasar? No place, really. Just an old relic, rusting away. Listen, there's something you need to know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. How do you know? It was written all over your face. I had a feeling. Besides, Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which isn't? Dead. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos and his prosthetics complain as he let loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. So yeah, donations for the soup kitchen have slowed Samuel. I'm not surprised. Altruism often comes with an expiration date. Samuel Beckenbauer. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is kindness in his eyes. Ah, hello, human. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a conversation with my assistant. The volunteer worker holds her silent, but her expression is full of naked hostility. Samuel gives her a sidelong glance as she seems to get the message. The fire in her eyes dies down to a low simmer. But we do not want to be impolite. It's just something I can do for you. I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I think you had to run a charity of some sort. He nods. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as? Give me specifics. He clears his throat, then begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I have established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people at the Kreuzbasar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've gotten 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the Kreuzbasar working with me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and do all the hundreds of other little things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. She beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't want to sound self-important or rude, but there is many pressing matters that demand my time. 15 assorted orcs and trolls? Does that mean other races are working within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. Oh, like Mr. Kwan from Returns. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Kreuzbasar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. You don't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? It is. I agree with what you're doing here. You're filling a vital need in the community. He nods slightly. Thank you for saying so. Now, is there something else you'd like to talk about? I'd like to talk about the organization. He nods. Yes, of course. Please go on. You accepting donations? Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are on providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does crime rates. Assessing the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets will go a long way towards keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, we'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 new yen, we could make the purchase. Whatever you can spare would be most appreciated. Here, just take what I need. I've got you covered. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, my friend. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I'll put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please, do not downplay your contribution. You've shown kindness in that time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. Let's see if he's attempting donations again. Oh. Alright. So yeah, you want to actually help out Beckenbauer, trust me. You definitely want to help him out. Alright, reset data tab. Oh, and the Triad Cyber Clinic. Alright, I forgot I gotta spend my karma. Let's go with this. Dr. Xavier Ezekiel. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly and his voice comes in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Let's listen in. Doing your best to look uninterested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No. The price I'm quoting you is more than fair. Well below market value, in fact. You can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know that the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Well, then you just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have the patient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you. $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triad Cyber Clinic. He extends his hand to you. I'm Dr. Xavier Ezekiel. Escabel. And your name is? Shift. Pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Shift. What can I do for you today? I need medical supplies. And here is your medicine guy. Your meds and your cyberware. I actually would highly he has a quest later on that I highly recommend doing. Trust me. Let's find that last thing. Simi. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is the waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. From her superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care. I need to see them. I wasn't aware of a convent or church nearby. She's there when I close my eyes, and I'm Maria. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. This story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and the children their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Can we see the captain? Look, do you know Monica? Monica? Is she the one of the sisters at the Abbey? Oh wait, Monica. A flicker of recognition fights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died? While working on a job, yeah. The girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. The girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She would go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies and childhood pets, and she was a good person. The girl then begins to mutter to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack on her hand. I'm gonna step away now. Very good. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. Oh god. Looks like we're gonna have to make sure she's safe. What the? It's an old obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Schlock-Wellenreiter's contact for this kiosk is no more. Shift is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secure line to this kiosk. Please listen to the following instructions carefully, if you are a supporter of our cause. Who are these guys? Who are the Schlock-Wellenreiter? The Schlock-Wellenreiter is fighting for the freedom and liberty of information in Berlin. The F-state manages many things, but information remains controlled. Corporations keep any information they can under lock and key, silencing dissent, silencing indiscretions, silencing the truth. Our goal is to liberate this information so that any who wish may access it, so that the F-state may regulate itself based on truth. We are simply a collective of like-minded individuals working towards this cause. Continue listening. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought after information returned to this location. Alright. And there's the last tab. As you are resetting the data tab, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from it. It took you this long to do it? Put the earplug into your ear. I know. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices: a nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard. Monica needs to verify. Good for us. As a sound like a conveyor belt starts adding to the noise of the machinery, but you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step? Wait, what you hear is the sound of machinery. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. Sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic and this ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again, in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Silence. The tone changes. It becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. Silence. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. Silence. I know. Getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Kreuzbasar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Silence. Ja, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of the door opening again, and the coughing of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything else. Autu definitely needs to hear about this. He definitely needs to hear about this. So yeah, I don't know what the heck happened yesterday, but I'm trying to redo this again. Thankfully, I made a save file for this. I actually had to redo the first mission to do this part. Hopefully, my stream's coming in okay. If not, I'm going to be pissed. The man behind the counter has the broad smile and the open demeanor of a classic Turkish street vendor. Welcome, Honorable Efedem. Welcome. How can Baragazi serve you today? But you would like a cup of coffee, perhaps? Ah, yes, very good. I assume you have no difficulties? Difficulties? No. One of the tabs have been modified a bit, though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, Efedem, you must get used to it. Who enters a Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tademir always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. Might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh? Tell me, O listener at keyholes. What did you hear on this surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. It seemed police Monica was out of the picture. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are unknown to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. If she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. Sounds good, keep me in the loop. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out the counter. The menu for Herr Amsel, uncle. She hands you a folded piece of paper inside as a memory stick. Please extend my consultations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Barakazi gives Kami a small nod as she hurries out of the room. When she's gone, he returns his attention to you. Please expect my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. If you knew how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Herr Amsel requires from a chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Okay. But I honestly feel that this should probably be where I end off the stream for today. Just going to the safe house. Okay. Here we are. Everyone's all ready. But I think I'll end off the stream for today. Mostly because I want to at least test to see if it's going to be taking as long to stream, upload this video. Sorry, I'm stretching. If not, I have an alternate save. I can at least redo this part again. Thank God for that. I'm Dragon King Mark, and next time on Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall, we're going to give Amsel the data, and hopefully we're going to try to maybe get ready for the next bit. Until then, leave a like, a comment down below, hit that subscribe button to be notified, and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to be notified of when I'm going to upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Laters.